let's talk about Locke's Law Liberation. So I looked at your survey. It looks like it was mostly positive. So were you always natural, or did you used to straighten your hair or do other things to it?
I used to get my hair straightened. I had that what they call the crack, the perm. I had the Just For Me when I was a child, because as you can see, my hair is natural. This has been always my texture, very kinky and so thick, very thick. I have real thick, coarse coils. So anywhere I form my hair, it'll stay, because it's just the texture of my hair. So Just For Me, well, first it was hot comb. Let's be very clear. I come from that school. Then it was Just For Me, because I was kicking and screaming, hollering, and dang near putting folks in the hospital because I was not with the heat on my. Don't hurt me. Very timid. I wouldn't say per se tender-headed, Jocelyn, but the heat made me tender-headed. I think it was the heat. But having heavy-handed folks like my mom and the beautician and auntie and them, etc. So then we got to Just For Me, and I was like, oh my God, there is a God, because y'all can get it out of my head, and I was tugging and pulling and stuff. So got on that, was on that for years, until after college. Well, actually around college time, my hair was kind of, I was also doing a lot of coloring and different, I rocked Carrie Hilson style. I did all types of just cute style. And then I was like, okay, after college, then I was going through a very transitional moment in life, stress and different things going on, and it affected my hair. So my hair started to fall out. I had patches actually missing in my hair. It's never been that bad. And I used to have hair down to my shoulders. I used to have long hair. And then just seeing all that, I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? So I was gonna cut it off. I always liked cute, kind of funky, short hairstyles, but I was raised in a house till women had long hair and the curls and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, yeah, it's time for Noreka to do Noreka, like I do really well. And so I went to Avita, which I still go. I made an appointment this morning to get my hair colored. This month is my birthday month. And this gentleman, black guy, was the beautician, and I was like, here's the situation. I go, what can you do? And he made me look amazing. The color, the cuts, the whole 9 yards. So I have not had long hair since, and I've been natural. That had to be like, that's in 2012, I want to say 2013. I've been natural, maybe 2014. So it's been quite some time, but that's
so
like my journey.
Years.
Yes. If not longer, it feels longer than that. But yeah, probably at least 10. Because I just been rocking this for so long. So I've done Jocelyn from the style you see now, which is the faux hawk style. I'm trying to grab my side. I'm trying to get that going in a way that's tame, that I can handle it. So I'm just getting my fade. Again, my side's faded. When I came to Cooley, I had the kid in play. I had a high top fade. And when I had my high top, folks love to touch my hair because it was so different. I used to get called Grace Jones all the time. You like Grace Jones? Grace Jones. I'm like, well,
and she's gorgeous, so we'll take it.
Hello. That's why I said, well, thank you.
She was, we'll put a clip on Grace Jones. People might not know who she is, but she's a little old school, right? She was in the movie. She was a model, like one of the first top models, especially to be really dark skinned with kinky natural hair and a fade. That was not popular in high fashion. She made it popular, and she's from Jamaica, and so she came from a place where it's like whatever, and she's a badass woman. So let's pause a little bit, because you said came from a household where everybody was doing the perm and the roller sets and stuff. What was your family's reaction when you first cut it off?
I call that Madam C.J. Walker era that I just had to get out of, but love her though. We did it for a certain purpose at a certain place, but they were a bit taken back a little bit by it. They weren't too surprised by it because of my personality. I'm very carefree, spirited, marching my own drum. That's just how I've always been. So it fit me. I think it was a bit like, oh my gosh, the hair is gone. But then once they saw it fit my personality, they just kind of dealt with it. I'm out of college at this point, Jocelyn, so I'm not saying by all any means I disrespected my parents, but I wasn't asking their permission either. So I was just, I did what I need to do for me, and my hair literally was breaking off. And I think I was, okay, let me just do a restart, start from fresh, cut it off, get the perm off, etc. And then but I love the style so much, I cannot see myself with long hair again. I'll put braids in, like some hair in for braids and stuff like that every now and again. but as like a permanent style of my own hair, I like short hairstyles. My hair is long now. It's just kinky. It's just, shrinkage. It's very real. It's very long.
Yeah, shrinkage is a thing. You have to explain to people because my hair is like yours, and it'll literally look like yours now, and I'll be in the salon getting it straightened and blow dry, and it's down to my shoulder. People are like, wait. How is that the same hair?
I actually have hair.
I'm like, it shrinks up, right? So, yeah, my family did not have a nice reaction when I did it, because I did it in 1999, 2000. So by 2013, where there are a lot of people, a lot of Black women in particular, walking around with the natural curly hair, and even other ethnicities who have curly hair. Like, was that more popular by the time you did it?
Yeah, I can recall. I mean, the person who always comes to my mind when I think of those styles, those cuts, is Halle Berry. For me, and she always would kind of rock those short kind of hairstyles. And I grew up in a salon/barber shop, was Black owned in Springfield, Missouri. And so they just got honored actually because they're one of the longest lasting businesses, if you will, there. Miss Louise, shout out to her. Did my hairstyle was a child on I left for college. So I mean, I really had one, maybe two or three, like auntie that braided, her sister did my hair, the wash, condition, the whole thing. So I had the same folks in my life that touched my head, and it was consistent. But yeah, it was, I think, a little bit, but where I was raised, I should say, that was not per se the thing. I remember my mom cut her hair off, and my dad wasn't too keen about it because it wasn't short like mine by any means, but kind of shorter, kind of long in the back, kind of short, kind of curl on top. And he likes the long, kind of curly kind of hair. That's the school they come from. So I would say it was a little bit Johnson, but not really. So when I did it, and I did it, I did it, and it put folks like, wow, but it was hot. I think just because it fits me. So
it might have been trendy, but it also matched your personality. So it wasn't they knew for you. You weren't just following a trend.
No.
You really just embracing yourself. So now you said you can't go back long. Would you straighten your hair? Would you go back to the creamy crack or the hot comb or the flat?
No, ma'am. I am free. I have been liberated. I cannot, and I'll do like a twist out styles. Like my hair can be long, my curls can be long, usually with that elongated curls to kind of make them longer. I love that look, that style. But that's or braids. But I actually natural. No, I don't see. I did straighten my hair a couple of years ago. I tried something different, and with this humidity of Florida, and my hair was long. It was cute. I had kind of like a little updo kind of thing, but it lasted not even a week, I want to say, because my hair was in shock. Like, what's going on? I'm supposed to be curly. I've been curly for years. They're trying to straighten me, and with the humidity and stuff, it just didn't jive my formation. But it was cute. I mean, I got pictures of it. It was cute. I look cute, whatever. But I was like, I just don't. That's just that's like, it's like almost like looking at like old Noreka, like high school down Noreka, not Noreka how she is now. So
yeah, when I started working as a professor, my hair was loose natural, and so I would straighten it every now and then at the salon after 4 or 5 hours. And I'm like, see, this is why I'll be doing this. But then I looked like a different person, and people will always compliment me, like, you should do that more. I said, no, ma'am, that was 4 hours in the salon. That won't get back in my life. And I got way more interesting things I'd like to do.
Thank you.
But did you get that kind of reaction where everyone's like, oh, you should do that more, and this is pretty, and it's almost like, okay, I was pretty cute before though.
Yes, I did get that reaction, because I think it was more so folks haven't seen me with long hair. When I did do that whole thing, like, oh, like the reaction was just, it cracked me up. This is temporary. I honestly did it as just a whim. Let me just try something new, and I wanted to actually see how long my hair actually was. So that's why I did it. Like you said, some hours in the salon. It was some hours because my hair is so thick and kinky and curly, trying to get it straight into some tabs. Yeah, I got it. But I was like, you know what, it is what it is. Enjoy while you can, because it's not gonna be here forever.
Yeah, we're like, no, I actually love my hair the way it is. So
right.
I was just trying something different.
Exactly.
Now let's go to you going into these professional places, the workplaces with your hair. What has your experience been with people seeing your hair and perceiving you as a professional?
I have not had any negativity with regards to how I rock my hair. Even when I have my braids with the color, I do rock blue for Yom Kippur. When I would get my braids for them, I go to Denver for a week. I went to pull my hair, on vacation. I want to pull my hair, get the hair done, whatever. I have braids in it, blue braids for a flag, just as representation for that. For me, is my symbol for that time period, for that feast day. But I have not had, from that to where I have now, not much negative feedback, more so of fascination. But I come from a predominantly white place where I was raised. So I'm used to looks and can I touch and the questions. I think I'm just used to that. So I haven't had any negative thoughts on it, but I have had folks who have had some negative comments done to them. They would come and ask me my thoughts, my opinions of that, and I would let them know what I think they should say, or etc. Or I just kind of brush off or be bold about it, just rock it. And that might make it a little bit different for me too, Jocelyn, because I don't really give folks room to say much to me, because I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do regardless.
Right. So if someone told you, we'd hire you, but you have to change your hair, the answer is no.
Well, thank you so much for your time. It would have been a great opportunity for both of us. I can only be one person, that is Noreka L. Thomas, and is a part of her. Her identity is how I rock my hair, if you will. And there's times I just take my do-rag off and my scarf off, and my hair is form shape. I don't even pick it out, just let it be its natural state, or I'll pick it out, you see today, and do like, make it whatever. So honestly, I wake up and wear how I feel, Jocelyn, and I do my hair how I feel. That's just how I've always been. Makeup, no makeup, just depends on what Noreka feels like that day. In your response, like you said, you noticed people say things negative about coworkers. Can you share, you don't have to say who it was, but share some details around, like, specifically what the negative comments were? Just like ignorant comments, in the sense of just not knowing the culture, what the hair is. Like, oh, like, I liked your hair better the other way. Or, oh, do you have to, how does that work? Do you do like your style, for instance? I was actually asked from someone else, is that something we do every morning? Do we wake up every day and do that? Just true. I don't personally think negative. I think more so out of ignorance of the culture of Black women and our hair. It's not knowing, but knowing what you do know and thinking, okay, well, how do they do it? It's so fascinating, it's so cool, but how does she wake up every? I go, no, we have a scarf we wear. Yeah, or no, we got. Right, yeah, I do wash it. Yes. Yes. Have you gotten a question? Do you wash it? Yes. Okay. Yeah. Can you wash it? Yes. Okay. So if you ask for oil, yes, I do oil. You guys do not. I mean, again, but me being raised in that environment where I probably got more of the negative when I was younger, kids can be kind of thing. More so when I got older. So. Okay. Because I've heard people say things. Educate folks. That's why educate folks. Yeah. I guess because, like you said, you grew up in a predominantly white area. What's that area again? So Springfield, Missouri. So if you hear twang, that's that Ozark twang. Boys. Oh, Ozarks. Yeah, the Ozark. Yeah, the show me state. KC is where I was born, and I went back. That's home for me. I moved back there after graduating from high school, but I was raised in Springfield, Missouri. So. Okay. And so people like me who grew up predominantly around people of color, I'm like, what? What do you mean you want to touch my hair? Like, can I touch yours? What are you even talking about? How is this a thing? But I've heard people say, like, like folks would come in after straightening it with heat, and then they'd wash it and let it be curling. And say, oh, you going for the wild look today? Or, oh, you need to tame that hair. Or, what the hell happened to your hair? Those kinds of comments. Have you heard things like that? I have heard things like that. Matter of fact, I remember one when I was at Cooley as a student. I was the VP for FedSoc here, and we had an event that we went to. The Department of Justice was there presenting something. A couple of the attorneys, right? And they were talking about the license. It's a license form about different licenses that Florida offers, all different things going on. My gosh, Florida is just so much. I mean, you can't even. So anyway, the example was, and I'm the only one in the room. I think it was like two of us in the room, but I'm the one that was vocal. Anybody that knows who knows, I'm very vocal. I got no problem asking some questions. So he made a scenario. I said a scenario about the licensing when it comes to hair. And so I said, are you telling me that when I was growing up and my auntie would braid my hair and I did my natural, every now and again I didn't put, weave in or hair in, but usually it was my neck because I had such long hair, I didn't really need hair put in. So she would braid my hair. You're telling me that I can't go to my auntie's house for a couple of hours, give her $25, $30 for braiding my hair as a family member because she doesn't have a license to do hair? And he was just to me trying to understand, me not from here, Florida, what does Florida like, what's going on down here with all of this? And he was just like, he's like, yes, ma'am, that's what I'm saying. I go, well, to educate, because I can tell you don't know the roots of the tradition of Cornrows and where this comes from. Jocelyn, I gave them a whole segment about slavery, how the braids were put into the folks' head as a map. It's a freedom. I gave them, and they were just mouth dropping. And then I got actually offered a job.
Wow.
When I say, when you pass the bar, look me up. I would love to have, because I guess I articulate. I wasn't judging, but I was educated. I could tell there was ignorance in the room. Okay, this brave Black girl's here. She has enough clue about herself. She can articulate. She can do all these things. Obviously, she's in law school, because I'm the VP of that stock in my law school. And they listened to what I had to say. And they were so profoundly educated. They had no clue what I was talking about, because they didn't know. So that's my example of me personally, like in a room, some kind of, I guess, say heavy hitters, if you will, educating them about what it is you guys were talking about these licenses. We weren't for it or against it. It was just like a conversation that was being had. But that was my thoughts of, this just sounds so crazy and bizarre. Like, that's
there's no heat,
right?
No chemicals. Why do I need a license, right?
Thank you.
That's what's interesting, because with the woman who started Sister Locks, I met her. She came to St. Pete, and I met her at a Sister Locks salon, and I bought her book. And a lot of people don't know this about her, because she gets a lot of shade on like social media from young people who just don't know history, right? She actually had the laws change in her state so that you didn't need a license to Sister Locks, because they had a similar law. You had to have a license to do hair and get paid regardless of the hair service. Mind you, to get the license, they don't teach you how to do any kind of Black hairstyles. So you have to go get this license to learn how to color, chemically process, and do all this stuff. They don't teach you how to do braids, locks, twists, anything. But you need the license in order to do braids, locks, and twists. It's like the irony, right? Like you said, this doesn't make sense. And she petitioned, and had the law changed in her state. So she could open up Sister Lock salons, educate other Black women on how to run a business doing hair for other Black women, earn a living, create this new style that is more aligned with the quote-unquote professional standards. And now she's spread it all over the country. I mean, Sister Locks have been around, I think, 20 years. It's a great book. I'll put a link to the book on the website. But and she's an English professor. So I met her before I became a professor. I was still just a practicing attorney. I was so fascinated, but I was also so inspired that she still teaches English. But she runs a Sister Lock empire, right? They sell products, they get certifications, they sell a certain tool to get your hair. So I don't have Sister Locks. A lot of people think it is. They're not Sister Locks unless they're done by a certified Sister Lock technician with a very specific technique and tool. And some people are like, well, what's the big deal? I'm like, because I respect this thing that this Black woman created, worked really hard for, got a license for, got her trademark registered. She put in the work, so give her her flowers, give her her due, put some respect on her name.
Exactly.
Okay? But I'm very DIY, so mine are called micro locks. So they're a small size lock that I started with twists, and basically will leave it in place and it will lock over time. And then I interlock the roots. So that's why it looks a lot like Sister Locks, but they're not exactly that. But they're inspired by them. And that's part of this paper, right? Understanding, like you said, the history. So I'm going into the history of dreadlocks. So now that you mentioned the history of the cornrows, I want to put that in too, because although I call it locks, long liberation, it's locks, twists, braids, and any styles that resemble that. Because that's what people tend to discriminate against, have questions about. Also natural hair. They kind of get afros now and like how your hair is. But then, like you said, someone asked if she does this every day. Like, what is this in your hair? Like, is it permanent? Are you gonna, the question
is
when
it
I
a
get,
wig? Right.
Yeah, is it permanent? It's really what they're asking is, are you gonna be like that all the time? Because that might be a problem. And I'm a little older than you. I do remember having temp jobs where they're like, oh, can you do something with your hair? And I'm like, what do you mean by something? When I first cut my hair off natural, some random people look at me, what are you doing with your hair? Family members said that, are you crazy? Like they literally thought I lost my mind, or that I was turning gay, or I was trying to be a rebel, or they just attached all this meaning to it. And I'm just like, I just don't want to blast my hair and I want to cut it off.
Yeah, that's interesting how there's so many different, and you name like 3 or 4 or 5 within that one thing about your own situation, about just the simple cutting of the hair and going natural. just projected all of these different things that are just like, no, but you're like as the person that's being projected on, so and bewildered, a little bit, maybe a little offended, because it's like a family member, like, well, no, I'm still Jocelyn, I just changed my hair. You act like the hair can't grow back, I can't go, it's not like it's the all be all. I just want to do something different. But yes, I think when I got my tattoos before I crossed over to Judaism, I think it was one or the other. My dad was kind of with the hair, but it's cool with that. And my dad is going, he's like, okay, whatever. And also like his wife, I'm his child, But then when it came to my tattoo, he was like, it was more. It was like between those two things, it was at the same time I got both those done. One was okay with one, the other one was okay with the other. So they kind of alternated with each other on what they liked and didn't like. But then the day I did it. Okay. And here we are. So, but that's so crazy. That's why I don't like labels. I tell folks, you can't put me in a box. Just have a song, coming out soon, hopefully about that. Like letting the folks know, releasing, I should say, that, don't put folks in a box based upon your own ideological image that you have. That is your own opinion. That's just that. It's your own opinion. That means it's right, wrong, or indifferent. So.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. People are projecting onto you. And then so when we're in a professional setting, they're projecting on us this idea of professionalism, and that these styles that are so rooted in Black, African, Asian, Caribbean cultures are just automatically unprofessional. It's like, how? But this person walking around with pink and purple hair is fine, but I'm the one that's unprofessional because it's a twist. And you like to compare it to that. Well, if you came with green hair, I would say the same thing, but green hair isn't cultural for anyone. It's not tied to anyone's culture. No one grows green hair. Right? This, like you said, the education part. But I think, for you, you're having more positive experiences than other people because you're coming from a place of curiosity and information as opposed to offense. Because some people do get very offended when you even mention it. And I was always like, my answer is always no, you cannot touch my hair. I know you. Like, that is an intimate act.
Yes, it is. So, it depends on who it was. And sometimes, like, if I knew the person, because even my friends, my good friends, I think just how my hair is just so different, I guess. I'm like, yes, go ahead and touch it. Like, I don't even want to touch it for a long time ago. I know them. But like strangers, I'm like, no, because when I had my high top especially, it took time and precision to make it crisp. No, seriously, the angle, it was completely Did I meet you when I had that, Josh? Did I have that when we first met? I think I had it cut off right then.
Yeah, you had
Yeah, but it was, girl, just completely.
Like the kid in play. Oh, wow.
I had that thing was tight. And so, no, you know what get it cut. No, it takes time to get like this. Right. But no, because one push, it's gonna dent it in. I'm gonna have to and I don't have my gum. It's formed and shaped like that. You can't touch it. No, you can't.
You can't touch it. No. Yeah, and then I think too, part of it, the fascination is there are a lot of people who can't. We're the only ones who can do that without hair. And then so there's kind of like. Exactly. So they're like, well, we can't do that. Why do you get to do it? I don't know. Ask God why He gave me this hair. What do you mean? Like, I don't have control over that. Okay.
Right. Take it
the same way
the creator.
You're just working around. Your hair grows down. My hair goes up. That's just like I shouldn't have to be prohibited from doing something because you don't have access to it naturally.
Right.
I'm not prohibiting. I'm not stopping you. Right. I'm not putting up barriers. But for some people, it's this idea that, well, no, if I can't do that, and then you don't get to do that. I'm like, yeah, no. But you are young enough there's some young people who, on comments on social media, on the posts I've been putting, like, this is foolishness. What do you mean you can't wear your hair natural? I'm like, sis, when I went to law school, there were literally other Black women telling me that I have to straighten my hair if I want a job. And I was older than the other students. I was 27. So I was confident enough in myself, like, I will find a job. No, thank you. But one of my classmates who was a little younger than me straightened her hair. She had never put relaxer in her hair because she was Jamaican. And she grew up in a religious household in the Caribbean. Some religious, it's not really, they're Christian, but it's like some subsects of Christianity. Like, you're not allowed to straighten your hair. is considered like wearing, like how people don't wear makeup. It's like that's considered like wearing makeup.
I see.
So she was in her 20s, had never put any kind of black chemical relaxer, and she did it because somebody told her she would not find a job otherwise. And I looked at her like, do you see my hair? I found a job. Like, why did you believe that? But she was so worried about getting employment that she did that. And people think that's crazy. I'm like, this was 2009. This wasn't that long ago.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I had that case in Texas with that young man. Did you see that? He was being asked to cut his locks off for the team. The other guy was doing wrestling. They cut it off during the wrestling match.
I did see that one. Yeah, that was crazy.
This stuff is happening right now. Yeah. This is happening
it was like they did like at that moment. I was like, are you serious right now? You just cut that, and they think it's as if like you just cut someone's hair. Like I don't know if they don't realize that it's hair. Like is it like, okay, if I was to take scissors and cut and chop off of your hair, how would you feel? It's the same concept. It's almost like we're treated as if we're some weird phenomena or something like that. It's kind of giving like alien energy. When I'm a human and I have hair like you, because so I don't know where that comes from, Jocelyn. It's weird to me, but I kind of, when I was growing up, I can recall, I think my mom wore this, one of the best things she did. That's how I really started to appreciate my hair, coming into my hair, although I didn't personally like it. I still liked it because I had to get it done because it hurt, not because I didn't like my hair, right? But a friend of mine, her name was Kaylin, was my best friend at that time. I was always someone's first best friend, Jocelyn. I was very friendly. And we were in elementary school. And Kaylin was able to go to the water fountain and drink her water and put water on her hair, Jocelyn. And slick it back in a ponytail. Well, I looked at Kaylin and I said, okay, bet, girl. So I got my drink of water. I put water on my hair because I was hot too from playing outside. But my hair didn't slick back like hers. But that was okay. That was okay because I did it, Jocelyn. I did it. Went home, I said, Mom, why is my hair not acting like Kayla's hair? She goes, Rika, what are you talking about? She goes, what do you mean? I put water in my hair. Like, I gave her a whole plan. She goes, no. She says, we don't put water in our hair. I'm like, what you mean? What do you mean? What? Just because our hair, and that's why I got the history tutorial from my mom about why I'm different than Kayla in regards to my texture, my hair, etc. But I like how she did it. It was very educational. My parents are educators, so very educational based with love. Like nothing wrong with you, nothing wrong with her. But you don't have her hair, she doesn't have your hair. This is why. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Never water my hair ever again, obviously, because then you act like that. But that was my first real lesson, and I think from that moment, that potential, that kind of my mom and my own childhood history is why, Jocelyn, I take the educated route, not the offensive route when folks get ignorant when it comes to hair. Because I know you're ignorant. Let me just go and educate you with a smile, some kindness, and now kind of situation. And be thankful it was me, because homegirl over there ain't gonna be as nice as I was. And I tell them that too. Like, you can't, I'm different. I'll give you a little grace, I'll give you some education, but you can't, direct don't be like me. So don't assume you'll get the same reaction from every single Black person you see, because you're not.
Wow.
So.
Yeah. Any last words? So we can wrap up. I appreciate your time.
No problem. It's always a pleasure, Jocelyn. It's always a pleasure. And girl, we're gonna rock this thing. We're gonna rock our natural. We're gonna rock our locks, our dreadlocks, our twists, our sister locks, micro locks. We're gonna rock our natural. Period. And we're going to love it. And thank you so much to that woman who started this journey of doing this, to let folks see, like, hey, it's okay for the person, us, and also, hey, it's okay for these employers out there who just don't know or have a clue, out of ignorance on what exactly is going on. So thank you for opening up this door and just folks know, like, you can be yourself, and it's okay to let them be themselves. So be a great worker, still gonna bust out those hours, give you that good proper work efficiency and excellence and integrity. But baby, I gotta be me. Gotta be me.
That was a great ending. Thank you, Noreka.
No problem.